Our living here is dependent upon the offerings that come in from Liberty Fellowship. The future of this fellowship, whether it continues, is going to depend upon whether people that support it will give to the support of this ministry. So there's no question we need it, but it's not going to be tax deductible under 501c3. We're not going to play that game. I did that for 35 years. I could tell you some horror stories of what that produces, and I got to tell you that I didn't even realize the depth of the stranglehold that those tax codes hold over pastors and deacons and trustees and church officers and the churches themselves until not too long ago. And when we moved here and started this ministry, and I'm not going to give you all the details. It's not necessary that I do that, but the depth of intimidation and evil that is held over the necks and the heads of churches relative to the 501c3 tax exempt status cannot be overstated. It's worse than you think it is, and it's worse than I thought it was. I'm just here to tell you by living testimonial that it is worse than you can possibly imagine. And so when you think about these churches, and why are they refusing to speak out? Why are they not taking a stand? Why are they not standing up in the pulpits and telling their people about the Sheriff's First Bill? Why are they not talking about the freedom issues, the constitutional issues of our state and of our community? It's because of that 501c3 tax exempt status that's held over their head by the Internal Revenue Service. That was put in place back in the 1950s by a Texas senator who then became later president of the United States by the name of Lyndon Baines Johnson. That's who we owe this 501c3 monstrosity to, is to Lyndon Johnson. And his goal was to silence the pulpits and to keep them out of politics. And you know what? He succeeded. He succeeded. To the point that our churches today are, for the most part, totally irrelevant to anything that's going on in Washington, D.C. or Helena or anywhere else in the political world. Most churches are totally irrelevant to anything that's going on. And that's why all these things continue to happen. And that's why Christians hold up their hands in dismay and say, why is this happening? And why are we letting this happen? It's because the pastors and churches are strangled by that 501c3 tax exempt status. So we're going to do our best to not go that route, and we're not going to go that route. If we fail and we're not able to continue Liberty Fellowship because of the lack of support and people want a tax deduction for their gift, then so be it. But we are not going to compromise the truth or the message of right for the sake of a tax exempt status from the Internal Revenue Service. I'm not going to do it.